So we're here right now, as evidenced by me talking, you hearing me talk, and also you seeing me. That's an important one too. Have you checked off those first two boxes of seeing and hearing me? Alright, cool. You have completed the calibration check of if your eyesight and hearing are working. Epic! You may now return to being a robot. Hi again, Crabs, and welcome back to Avengers, the one where it's just Kwite and there's no Avengers anywhere. And the reason we're both here today is because we did it, boys! We hit 10,000 likes on the Story Booth Storytime animation video. And y'all know I love my Storytime innovation videos, so I said in that video that if we managed to hit that goal, that I would take another look at the incredible Storytime animation channel that we've already taken a look at, Share My Story. Now what makes that channel interesting is having mysteriously disappeared around a month ago, not having posted a video since. And the last video they had posted being rather ominous, with the fear-striking title of My Dangerous Boyfriend, not a love story in parentheses. Or it would have been ominous if this wasn't a re-upload of one of their videos from like ages ago. Anyways, my plan for this video is to do some snooping around in that most recent upload, which is a very smart length of 10 minutes and 5 seconds, to see if A, whether or not Share My Story left this world on the same note that they came into our lives as, being just real weird and real dumb, and B, searching for clues as to the whereabouts of the team behind the channel. So come with me, ya crusty crustaceans, as we pretend to do something not even resembling investigative journalism, while actually just making Potter humor jokes for 10 minutes straight. But before that, did you guys know that almost half of you watching right now are not subscribed to the Kwite YouTube channel? That's right, I see you sitting in class and or in the back of your mom's car on the way home from school. Yeah, you, right there. You better drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video in the future right now if you know what's good for you. Seriously, if you don't subscribe, I'm gonna dismember you. Now, I've heard a thing or two about the re-uploads from the Share My Story channel. I've heard that it's actually they take an old story and then they slap another new story on top of it in order to get that video past 10 minutes. It's kind of genius. They get to reuse the clickbait and re-upload a video. Anyways, let's jump into My Dangerous Boyfriend.
Hey, I'm Veronica, and I grew up in Mexico.
Aha! The first clue reveals itself! She says that she is from Mexico, and that's probably what you thought of when I said that we have found a hint. But that is actually a red herring. You see, the actual first clue is the part in her hair. What shape does that make? That's right, a triangle. In what state is very well known for having a triangle somewhere inside of it somewhere? That's right, California. And while the connected dots does not end there, we must gather more information before we can continue this.
My family had always been poor, and one day, we decided to move to the US for a better life. But once we arrived, things only got harder.
I can really tell that they're a family because they all have exactly the same face. Look at that, the resemblance is almost uncanny. Even their hair is exactly the same. The two sisters on the right and the middle look like they almost have the same head, just flipped horizontal. A very strong familial connection ties these people together.
My mom couldn't find a job, so my sister and I were practically homeless. In a last attempt, I decided to find a boyfriend or some kind of man that could support us financially.
I love the absolutely massive lips they have given this fictional sugar daddy of hers that she's trying to find. Oh yeah, I got fat wads of cash, I can pay your rent, I can buy you all this nice stuff. But more importantly, with lips this big, I could eat off your entire face without even trying. That's not a joke, says the man. Do you want to see? The woman shakes her head vigorously, definitely not wanting to get her face eaten off that day. The man seems disappointed at her answer, though decides to let it slide for now, knowing that he can resume his advances later. The girl is silently planning her escape route.
I was 21 and rather good looking. Then I went to the most exclusive bar in our city. There was one guy in the corner sitting right next to an extremely beautiful girl.
What are like those weird lines like right under her boobs? Also, I kind of respect the solidarity that it looks like this power couple right here has got going on. Both of their outfits are showing just as much chest as the other person's.
He was holding her in his muscular arms, and his face was so damn handsome. I'm convinced. You have convinced me that you are very attracted to this man. That you think his face is so handsome that you would let him eat your face off if it came down to it. He looks like a very attractive guy. Not very proportional though. He's got the body of a twink, you know, as you usually do with these kind of videos. But then he's just got the SpongeBob inflatable muscle arms. If the muscles pictured in this image are real, then anything he's leaning on should just like immediately crack under the force that he's exerting on it. And also by sexually putting his hand to his chin, he should be cracking his jaw in half on accident. He screams in pain, ruining his perfect face, and then all of his prospects are ruined forever. I normally wouldn't do such things, but I just...
It's supposed to look all sultry and seductive, but it looks like her body is being contorted in ways that shouldn't be possible. Let's go frame by frame. In one frame, she has like a 3-inch wide torso, and then in the next, it goes down to 2 inches, and then down to 1. And then miraculously in line with that, she goes up like 7 cup sizes.
I normally wouldn't do such things, but I just sat next to him and interrupted his conversation with the other beautiful girl.
Guys, I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm on the grind. I gotta do my shit, if you know what I'm saying. I respect the hustle, homie. If you can get away with stealing that man with that walk cycle, you deserve him. You played it right, homie.
I said, "Hey, my name is Veronica. You're very handsome."
Blah, 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 blah. He looks away and she just feels miffed. Immediately pukes into her drink because she can't believe that anybody would look away from her. For this?
He turned to me and said, "You look good too." I could see he was a playboy. He had been with many girls, and the way he stared into my eyes told me he was dangerous.
He was dangerous. Okay, he was dangerous, I get it. But are we talking like Michael Jackson dangerous, or Logic Confessions of a Dangerous Mind dangerous? There's an important distinction. It's a spectrum, and Armed and Dangerous by Juice WRLD is right in the middle there. It's best that you figure out early in life where you are on this scale. It will affect many decisions you make in the future, and you can trust it coming from me, an adult. Kwite.
The other girl got jealous and tried to get his attention back, but he pushed her down the couch to make more space for me.
I thought that was gonna go somewhere a lot more violent, a lot more quick. The girl he was talking to earlier got sick of it, so she just decked me in the throat and I left the club crying. But nope, he made room on the couch for her. It seems like he picked a favorite.
Then I realized just how muscular and strong he was.
See, there's a more realistic interpretation if his muscles were actually that big. That was probably an accident. I doubt he was trying. He probably goes home and cries every night because of how many glasses he smashes, and he can't afford the cost of buying so many glasses. He may very well be just as broke as our protagonist here, and he might belong even less in that club than she does.
But I'd never felt more attached to a guy.
Never felt more attached to a guy. Okay, fair. Listen, he might have very disproportionate Brazilian Hulk-like muscles, but look at them collarbones, bro. What the fuck are those? You call those collarbones? Those are up in your neck, dog. Could probably slap those with some chopsticks and make a xylophone noise.
I leaned over to him to try and kiss him.
Share My Story is at its best when it goes into full anime mode. Occasionally during Share My Story videos, we will get 5 seconds of bliss in the form of anime-style drawing.
But he pushed me away and said, "You think you can have me that easily?" I said, "I will do anything to please you."
Maybe I shouldn't have come back. Maybe I shouldn't have revisited this. But I'm here now and I'm gonna see this through. No matter how much it pains me to. That kind of rhymed. I should write these down. I would be an incredible rapper. For roughly 2 seconds, that is, until I got booed off stage.
And he responded, "Will you?" He pressed me against his big body. I was so small compared to him. After we left the bar...
Okay, I gotta get a look at some of these people dancing around. We got a person doing a dab. We got a person literally just punching themselves in the skull. We got like a couple people throwing it back. I spot roughly 5 people who are just the same girl, literally wearing the same outfit. And every single person in this club has the same face. With a crowd like that, it's no wonder she stood out. Her outline artwork was actually colored in.
I wasn't sure if I should go with him. I had just met him. And I saw in his face that he wasn't a pushover. No. He had no problem to hurt someone. And against my instinct, I went home with him. On the ride...
Look how they're both sat in this car. That dude is not using his backrest at all. In fact, it looks like he's just straight up floating. Oh, his legs are actually both on the right side of the steering wheel. Good to know. She looks like a mannequin, or somebody who's just gone into a deep state of shock over something traumatic. Incredible. What a power couple.
On the ride, he put his big hand upon my leg. I was wearing a short dress and his hand went all around my thigh.
I love how she just keeps describing every single body part about him as big. He put me on his big body. He put his big hand on me.
When we arrived at his home, I realized how rich he was.
Wait a second. Why does this dude have just one chandelier outside hanging over the entrance? That looks like a nice house, but what the hell is that doing there? You know what? This house looks really familiar too. I know it. The architecture style, the look of the garage, the shape of the building, it's all coming together now. It's the old Team 10 house. Has some of y'all even been around long enough to remember what Team 10 was? I never know anymore. My entire existence is just a little ball getting shot around the screen in Brick Breaker.
I asked him what he was doing for a living, and he told me he was a professional athlete. Well, that explained why he was so muscular.
I mean, to me, it looks like the dude's got one incredibly stronger than the other arm, so, he's got a main hand, if you know what I'm saying.
And we didn't even make it to the bedroom. We made out right on the living room couch.
The way they depict sex and/or kissing in Share My Story videos is identical to how I looked, smashing action figures' faces against each other's, pretending they were kissing and/or fighting.
I loved the way he put his big hand around my neck. It was such a thrill. He could have hurt me so easily, but that's what I liked. The next morning I woke up. I asked him for his number, but he said this was a one-time thing.
What the fuck?
He said this was a one-time thing.
And then, poopy poop. This is a one-time thing, and then, the audio on the video just shits the bed. Yeah, you hear that? Yeah, that's not me. I didn't edit it. That's actually how it is. Yes, incredibly intriguing dialogue. Well, going to the end, it looks like they became boyfriend and girlfriend, and then it ended happily ever after, I think. Yep, the last minute of that video just literally does not work. Epic! Anyways, yeah, that's wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like, subscribe with notifications on, like I said. Be sure to cop some stuff from massedup.shop. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite, on Instagram at Kwite.png, and on TikTok at Kwite TikTok. Links to both of those in the description below. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.